Hey guys, Brett here, connecting from UbiCentral, and today I'm going to be covering some recent Assassin's Creed Origins news from E3. Now, before we get started, I did a live stream yesterday talking about my impressions of the game, so if you're interested in that, please check out the description down below. But without further ado, let's get started. So, a common question I've been getting is, do we have the option to remove Bayek's hood? And the answer to that is yes. Finally, Ubisoft have given us the option to remove the hood whenever we feel like it. Unfortunately, it's not just a button press though. You will have to go in the menu options and manually remove it, but still, we finally had the option after all these years, so I'm definitely not complaining. Moving on, Ashraf Ismail, the game director on Assassin's Creed Origins, hosted a panel during E3 where he literally talked about the game for 45 minutes straight, which isn't a bad thing at all. I'm just going to be covering the major details from this. However, the session did feature some really good gameplay, and regardless, you should definitely watch the full thing as it's really entertaining. A link will be in the description down below. So first off, we learned that Sinu, our eagle companion, can fly across the whole map and won't get desynchronized, which is pretty insane when you think about it. This can make for some amazing screenshots, and again, you can explore the entire map without having Bayek close by. Another thing we learned is that picking up bodies has returned. Obviously, this was to be expected, but I don't think there's any gameplay out there that really showcased this. I could be wrong, but regardless, there you guys go. For a brief moment, Ashraf mentions that we will explore why Bayek has a hidden blade in the story. And if you have seen some gameplay, you will notice that he's also missing his ring finger, so they are staying true to the lore, which is always good. Now, after the demo ended, they did a Q&A session, and there's really no point in me talking over it because it's pretty self-explanatory, so I'm just going to showcase those right now.
We'll get to you in a second, but let me ask a question from Facebook. First of all, this one comes from Tina Kovakova, and she wants to know, are there any playable female protagonists in the game?
So this is primarily Bayek's story. We do have other playable characters that are played in select quests, but that's as far as we're going with today.
Okay.
We don't want to. There's some surprises in there. We don't want to ruin them.
Yep.
There are other playable characters in the story, but
Okay.
it is primarily Bayek's story.
Right. All right. Next one comes from Chris Smith. He wants to know, what can you tell us about present-day Abstergo? How will it feature in the game?
So, again, we're not talking about present day or that kind of stuff just yet. At this moment right now, we wanted to focus on announcing the game, introducing the high-level concepts of the game, because it is a drastically different AC. And I can say that, and we can show videos, but this is why we have a playable demo. We want people to come and actually feel that the experience is really drastically different. There's a ton of stuff in this game. We know our lore very well. We listen to our fans. We pay attention to the feedback, to the forums. As harsh sometimes as they can be, that's okay. We love the feedback. We're here to make the best game we can possibly make for our fans and for ourselves. We take a lot of pride in what we do, but also wanting to pay homage to our fans who have been with us and who invest their time and money into our experiences. So we do listen. Having said that, more stuff will come as this campaign goes on. For now, we're really focused on Bayek's experience, the birth of the Brotherhood, and ancient Egypt.
All right, one more question here, and then we're going to go to someone in the audience. Thank you for your questions. Gil Martins, I'm not sure if you can answer this, but will the game include online multiplayer, in parentheses, the Brotherhood kind of multiplayer?
So we do have, Assassin's Creed Origins is primarily a single-player experience. And we do have online features that are there to enhance that experience for sure. Again, later in the campaign, we'll get into more details about those online features, but it's a primarily single-player experience.
So not a full kind of separate multiplayer mode or anything?
No, we wanted to put all our effort and really nail this reinvention of Assassin's Creed. We wanted to make sure we got it right. In terms of scope, the game is absolutely massive. I don't think anybody will complain at all that it's that the scope is not massive. We're super proud of what we have, and yeah, I think people will play it soon, and and send us some feedback, I'm sure.
Looks cool. All right. Tons more Facebook questions coming in, but I want to get to some folks in the audience with questions. If you have a question, raise your hand. We'll bring a mic to you. Let's go to the guy in yellow back there.
All right, you go ahead and stand up.
Hi, I'm Justin.
Hello.
You were showing the demonstration where you can upgrade your weapons throughout the gameplay. Will weapons be destructible in this game? I mean, will they break? Will you have to fix them by picking up equipment to fix them?
Good question.
Yeah, so questions about destructibility of equipment or weapons. So we don't have durability or that concept. Instead, what we wanted to focus on is finding new loot and upgrading that way. So new levels. There's many different types of weapons, and each type of weapon, so there's 8 categories of melee weapons, 4 categories of ranged weapons. They have a drastically different playstyle, each one. And what we wanted players to do is that every time you find a new type of weapon, to start understanding how it works, to start understanding the combos that you can do with them, and actually to find the playstyle you prefer. And then it's all about levels, attributes, properties. So, you know, at the beginning of the game, you're going to be learning what is it like to fight with a spear versus dual swords, which are super fast, but you have to get in close. Once you start understanding this, eventually you start getting more rare weapons, and at that point, you're going to start seeing, okay, a poison-tipped spear is even more different, or a weapon that does bleeding damage, or a weapon that you can light on fire. These are the elements that, as the game progresses, we wanted players to always be proposed new depth, new layers of thinking. We had played around with the idea of durability, but it wasn't comfortable for us. We didn't like it that much. So that was a design decision we had made.
All right, one more question, then we're going to get to the second demo. We'll get more questions. You asked one already. We don't have mics upstairs, unfortunately, guys. If you can shout it out, maybe. Go for it. All right, so the question, for those of you on the stream, sorry you couldn't hear it, but I thought it was important to get someone in the balcony up there, because there are lots of you guys up there, too. Historical, yeah, thanks for sticking it out, guys. It's going to be a fun day. Historical accuracy, you heard it, in terms of, you know, characters, Alexander the Great. I think some people wonder the pyramids, how will they factor into it? What can we expect?
Yeah, so precisely speaking, this is 49 BCE, which is the time of Cleopatra's ascension to the throne. So this is the context we're in. You know, ancient Egypt is huge in terms of its span of history. At this point, there's 3,000 years of history. When we were debating at what point of history do we go into, you know, we looked at different parts. We even looked at the time period where the pyramids were being built. The issue there was that there really wasn't much else there. We wanted an ancient Egypt that was already filled with mystery, with things to uncover, things to discover. You know, Bayek is exploring the world as much as the player is. And so we wanted this land to be absolutely rich with content. So that's why we chose 49 BCE, which is at the height, you know, it's centuries of accomplishments and grandeur in Egypt, but it's also the beginning of its demise. It's, you know, the line of pharaohs is about to end. The gods are about to die. The way of life for Egyptians is going to forever change. And Bayek being this embodiment of ancient Egypt, you know, he is the physical representation of ancient Egypt. What does he have to do? What does he have to become to be able to exist in this new world that's coming? And this is how it leads into the birth of the Brotherhood. And it's the journey that we propose to our players. So of course, we know the history we've chosen. We play with that a lot. For sure, you meet amazing, bigger-than-life historic characters going through really epic historic events. As I said, this is the moment where Cleopatra is about to ascend her throne. I think that's enough about the context. I don't want to give too much away to spoil that, but for sure we know this history and we play with it.
All right, so there you guys go. We learned a ton of new information. I'm disappointed that multiplayer won't be returning, but we already kind of knew that. I'm still holding out hope for some co-op stuff, but that doesn't seem likely either. We'll just have to wait and see. Another thing I have to bring up is multiple playable characters. Ashraf said that there will be specific quests where you can play as someone else. So I would imagine this is referencing the ancient Egypt time period, but maybe it could also mean the modern day. Again, he's just giving us tidbits as they literally announced the game 3 days ago, and they're not going to talk about every single thing. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I have a lot more AC Origins content coming your way, so if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe for more Ubisoft content.